Hello, welcome to Greenhat-Redbeard Adventures. I was over at the outdoor store just the other day looking for a fire kit, some sort of a container or something of the sort to make a small little beginner style fire kit for someone who is a friend of mine who is just new to the outdoor world and new to bushcrafting, survival and such. And I thought I was going to get myself a little waterproof container or something and make a small fire kit for them. But instead, I actually just came across this. This is a Coghlan's Fire in a Box. And it's a 6-piece kit, fire starting. And normally I wouldn't go in for something like this. But it was actually the, right here on the front cover, that right there, which I know, and it's even written on the back here as well, the contents. And that's a pocket bellows. So normally I wouldn't go for a kit like this. I wouldn't really think of going for something like this. I wouldn't even turn my head and look at it because a lot of these kind of kits, especially from Coghlan's, no offense to Coghlan's, but I've always found that their stuff is a little bit on the cheapy side. And anyways, but I saw a pocket bellows in there, and this kit is only for about $15, so that really kind of drew me towards this kit. And I thought I should give it a try and see how it looks and what it would be about, and see if it's good enough for my friend who's starting out with their first fire making kit. So pulling this out, first and foremost, it's a nice solid tin. I really like the fact that it's a good solid tin container. It's not like some cheap little plastic container or plastic bag, or even the fact that it's even one of those like little cheapy waterproof type bags that don't really work all that great. It's just, you know, cheap kind of garbage kind of thing to it. And the wind's starting to kick up a little bit in the rain, but all in all, it's a nice, good tin container, and I'll get into the details of the tin container, why I love tin containers, but let's get started with opening up this kit and have a look at what's inside of it. On the packaging, it says it's a 6-piece kit, so you get the tin can, the striker piece, the ferro rod, the pocket bellows, magnesium bar, and a jute twine, so 6 pieces here. So obviously there's a container, and so it looks like we got some instructions in here, which, well, I'm not going to bother reading them, but I think I know how to make a fire just fine, thank you. But there it is. Okay, so looks pretty interesting right at the get-go. So we got our pocket bellows, and it looks like it is a metal one, not some like cheap plastic one like I was thinking it was going to be. We got the jute twine in here. We got what appears to be the ferro rod, and what's in this white box is, I'm assuming, is the magnesium. So let's open that up and see. And oh wow, this is actually the first time I've ever seen a magnesium bar without the ferro rod glued onto it, so I'm curious about how that's going to work out. Now for the pocket bellows, this is probably the number one that caught my eye, and it is metal, and it looks like it has this little thing on here for a good grip, I guess, and extend it outwards. Those of you who don't understand how this works, is basically it's meant for blowing concentrated air onto your hot embers to make your fire, as well to rebuild an old fire. So the bigger end goes to your mouth, the smaller end points towards those hot embers. And this one looks like it has some sort of a rubbery tip on it, I assume, to put your mouth on it. Yeah, it works. I'm not sure if I like the rubber tip, but it's definitely a neat little feature. And the fact that it has this little end here helps pull it out. It looks pretty good too, and it does look like it's pretty solid too. So yeah. Then we got our little bit of jute twine here. It's tied together with some string. And that's also jute twine right there as well. And we got the nice twine. Let's open that up and have a look at that. Oh yeah. So hopefully this is good stuff, not some cheap quality crap. But it looks like it feels like it's good. It's good. It's good tinder. This definitely looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's some good stuff right there. And then the ferro rod. Ferro rod. These striking pieces I've never been overly fond of, but it is what it is, and let's see how well it works and see if it gives off a nice spark. Let's put the tinder to the side. Oh yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. So overall, not bad at all. The ferro rods are always good. I always like ferro rods. Even these cheapy ones, like it's guaranteed that's going to work. It's the striking piece that I always question. But this one here doesn't look too bad. There doesn't appear to be a second striking piece for the magnesium, so I'm going to assume that we're going to be using the same one here. So, you know what? I think I might give this a quick shot and see how good or bad we can make fire here. I think what I'm going to do is that this can normally catch with just the ferro rods sparks pretty well. So I think I was going to do is I'll ignite this with the ferro rod, and then I'll scrape off some of the magnesium, because I'm really curious about this magnesium, how well it works. So that way I'll do the two of them separately, so that way we can see how good and bad one versus the other is. So let's put the pocket bellows to the side here. Put the tin container to the side. So let me, you know what, I'll just readjust the camera here. Yeah, that's good. So that's the little box it came with. The tin's over here. So let's try out the magnesium here. I'm hoping that while scraping the magnesium that's not dulling out my striking piece here, because I want to make sure that this will ignite with the ferro rod. So looks like a decent little pile there. So let's try to give this a shot with the magnesium just to see how well it works. Oh yeah. Wasn't very much there, but it did ignite, and it does seem to work quite nicely. So the magnesium is definitely a good winner right there. So let's put that off to the side, and let's try out the jute twine here. I'll actually just keep it a little more close over to here. Let's see how good this will light up. Oh, pretty quickly actually. So that's obviously some really good jute twine right there. It's not some cheapy crap. It's not obviously some half-assed nonsense or nothing. That's actually burning away quite well. It's actually giving off some good heat as well. So, as I was saying before, the great thing about these containers is that, you know, obviously there's a little bit of room inside this container to still add more of your own personal touch to it. But not only that, but the great thing about these tins is that I can poke a hole in the top here, and I can get some char cloth made out of this, or char punky wood in fact, inside these containers. And that's probably one of the big reasons why I like this, the fact that it's in a tin container. You can reuse it over and over to make more and more char cloth for more fire making purposes and such. And that's what I really like about these tin containers. So it's not some cheapy half-assed piece of crap or nothing. So overall, out of 10 stars, I would say I'd probably give this kit about an 8. Unfortunately, this is the only ignition source. So if it had a secondary ignition source, I would definitely bump it up to a 9, I think. But all in all, Fire in a Box, I think, definitely works well and definitely a win. 8 out of 10 for me. This is Greenhat-Redbeard Adventures. Stay safe, have fun.